In this video, we're using a paid plugin for Adobe After Effects to create this really cool music video effect. Now, this plugin is around $99. It is a bit on the pricey side, I do understand, so this tutorial might not be for everybody, but I think it's a really cool effect and I wanted to show you either way. So let's jump into After Effects and have a look at this. So as you can see, inside of Adobe After Effects, I've imported this reference footage. It's me just looking side to side. This is purely just reference. I'm trying to get the information data to turn into this plugin to create the animation. So I'm going to go into Effects and Presets and search for the plugin, which is Depth Scanner 2. So what it's essentially doing is it's creating a depth map. So it's scanning your footage, it's using AI to essentially reconstruct the different layers. So you've got foreground, middle, and background. The dark parts of the background, the brighter parts of the foreground. And we can use that data to essentially extrude and then rotate around the character. So we're kind of like we're rebuilding this person, but in a 3D space. It's a really cool effect. So I'm going to change to Depth Anything V3, which is their latest version of the software. The base resolution can be high or very high. In this example, I'm going to keep it as small or medium, purely because it's just going to slow the computer down for this tutorial, and this tutorial is going to take a while. But I would recommend keeping that on a high or very high. Then we can go into the mapping mode and we can change this to raw. I can increase or decrease the depth multiplier in the mapping mode section. And this is essentially just giving us more detail. So if I increase this all the way up, you can see it's getting really bright on the foreground. And if I pull this down, it's getting dark. So I'm going to live somewhere around 200, but we can adjust this later on. Cool. So the next section is going to be adding some levels. So I'm going to go levels, individual controls, and I'm just going to adjust these sliders. I'm essentially just adding more contrast here. This again can be properly fine-tuned later on once we've got the effect in play. Now from here, I'm going to go into CC Ball Action, which is this option here. Drag this on, and you can see it's going to convert that depth data into these balls. From here, inside of CC Ball Action, you can see, first of all, we've got grid spacing, which you might not be able to see at the beginning because the ball size is a bit too big. So we're going to decrease the ball size down. There you go. We can see these different balls appearing now. Then you can adjust the grid spacing if you want to make these smaller or larger. I like them a little bit larger, but not too over the top, because when we zoom out, we still want to see the shape of everything. So I might pull this down a pinch like this. Then you've got coloring, but I'm just going to keep this on medium. Same with shading. Scattering is just going to send these everywhere, not relevant to what we're doing here. So the next thing is display. So if we displace these, you can see we're getting this 3D effect now happening. So if I send it back, then the foreground ones are separating. If I send it forward, then the foreground and the background are really starting to separate now. And if I go into rotation and I rotate this around, so I'm going to change it around the y-axis. There you go. You can see with that rotation effect applied, now when I'm adjusting the displacement, you can really see that effect happening. So this is the foreground layer and this is the background layer. So this is the wall that was behind me and this is myself. And then this is just the back of my shoulders and onto my back. You can see it's disappearing off into the background when I increase the displace option. It's really cool. It's giving us that really cool 3D character effect. Now, of course, we've also got twist. We can adjust the twist if we wanted to, and all of these other options. But essentially, we can now go through this process of just animating this. So we can animate the displace, we can animate the twist angle, and we can animate these to change over time. And we can get a really unique and interesting effect by doing that. And then once we've done that, we can start to stylize this. So we can go into Effects and Presets, search for Tritone, which is going to give us the option to adjust the highlights, midtones, and shadows. So the highlights, we're going to make this a bright red, maybe. The midtones can be another red color, but more in the midtones. And then the shadows, they can stay black or a very dark red at most. There we go. And then we'll go into Effects and Presets one more time. We're going to search for glow just to give this a little bit of pop. There we go. You can see that's already made a difference, but we can just go through and adjust these settings even more just to give us a really cool effect. There we go. And as of right now, you can see this looks a little bit flat at the start. So I'm just going to go to the depth multiplier and I'm just going to decrease this down. And as you can see, we kind of hit a wall when we hit a certain point, and it starts to squash the front. So you want to find the point where that happens and just go back a little bit. So in my example, 140 works. Or if you just go to normalize, you can see it's just going to normalize and be quite flat. But I do prefer the raw 140, 130 look. I think you've got more definition to the face there, especially when you start to rotate around the character. So if we keyframe animate this and we rotate around the character, if I was doing some lip sync or something, you would really start to see that come through on camera. I think that looks brilliant. So you would go through your process, you would animate the displacement, which is this separation. So no displacement is quite flat. And then if you increase this, you can really see that 3D layer taking shape. So you can animate this, you can animate the twist, the rotation, all of these different layers. And then from that point, you can drag this into an editor of your choice. So maybe Premiere. We can add some more glow effects. We can add some blurring. We can add some light effects, some noise effects, some texture overlays. I think this is a really interesting and really powerful video effect. And I could really see this being used in a music video. And I definitely plan on using this in one of my own music videos because I think it's a really cool effect. And I think when used correctly, could be really powerful. Now, like I said at the beginning, this plugin, the Depth Scanner 2 plugin, which is the program used to create the depth map, which is essentially creating foreground, middle, background. It's separating all of those layers. That program is a paid plugin. It is $99, which is around £70 in England. But there you go. That is this effect now complete. This was too cool not to share. So hopefully you enjoyed this effect and appreciated the techniques behind this. And even if you're not going to download the Depth Scanner 2 plugin, then hopefully this has taught you about the CC Ball Action plugin and all of the other things that you can do similar to this without that plugin. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you on a future video. See you there.